Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here today in this shared experience of humanity, I am reminded of the paradoxes that life so often presents us. There is perhaps no deeper wound that inflicted by one's own kin, the very people who should stand as our bulwarks against the storms of existence. To be betrayed by family is not merely a disappointing chapter. It is a profound conflict that unravels the very fabric of trust and affection. In the words of C.S. Lewis, what you see and what you hear depends a great deal on where you are standing. In speaking on this poignant subject, I invite you to examine your own perspectives, to consider the roles family members play in your life, and to reflect on the sorrows and trials that may arise within the closest of relationships. Betrayal is not a singular act. It is often a series of choices, misunderstandings, and unspoken resentments that weave a complex tapestry of pain. Yet, within this shadow of betrayal lies a vital opportunity for growth, healing, and self-discovery. As we delve deeper into this theme, let us remember that even in our darkest moments, we possess the strength to rise, to seek clarity, and in doing so, to forge a path toward understanding and reconciliation. Together we shall navigate this tumultuous landscape, unearthing wisdom amid heartache and striving toward renewed hope in the journeys we each undertake. Betrayal by family can evoke an emotional impact so profound that it reverberates through every facet of our lives. When we think of family, we often envision a refuge, a sanctuary built on trust and unconditional love. This ideal is shaped by our experiences and societal narratives, which suggest that family should always be a source of support and comfort. However, when that trust is violated, the emotional fallout can be catastrophic, leading to feelings of hurt, confusion, and anger that may linger for years. The emotional impact of such betrayal often begins with an acute shock. A family member's actions can feel like a rupture in the very fabric of our existence, tearing at the threads that hold our emotional lives together. The initial sense of disbelief and denial can be overpowering. This can't be happening, we might tell ourselves, grappling with the reality that someone we loved and trusted has acted against us. This shock phase challenges our understanding of relationships and compels us to reassess our beliefs about those we once regarded as unwavering allies. Following the shock, a swirling tempest of emotions usually ensues. It's not uncommon for individuals to experience a cocktail of anger, sadness, and even guilt. Anger can be particularly intense. It often manifests as the desire for retribution or an urge to voice our grievances. However, while expressing this anger can be a necessary step toward healing, it can also lead us into a deeper abyss of resentment if not processed properly. The anguish from betrayal can feel like a betrayal of our own selves, causing us to question our worth and our understanding of love and loyalty. Confusion accompanies this emotional turmoil. One might find themselves plagued by countless questions. Why did they do this? Was it something I did or didn't do? Can I ever trust them again? Such questions can lead to an internal debate, a sort of war within our mind. We may oscillate between forgiving the person and condemning them for their action. This mental tug-of-war complicates our emotional recovery, as we often feel compelled to make sense of something that feels inherently senseless. In addition to the immediate emotional turmoil, the aftermath of familial betrayal often leaves deep psychological scars. These scars can lead to long-term effects such as anxiety, depression, and a pervasive feeling of isolation. The betrayal can distort one's self-image and impact future relationships, instilling a lingering doubt in our ability to trust others. When trust has been fundamentally shattered, even the most benign actions by others can be viewed through a lens of suspicion and skepticism. This reaction can create a vicious cycle where our past experiences dictate our current interactions, perpetuating a sense of fear and disappointment. Moreover, the betrayal itself can foster a sense of isolation. We may feel that no one else can truly understand the depth of our pain, leading to a reluctance to share our feelings with others. Isolation can deepen the emotional impact, as it prevents us from processing our experience in a supportive environment. Friends or extended family members may find themselves at a loss for words, often unsure how to navigate the delicate terrain of familial betrayal. This gap in communication only exacerbates feelings of loneliness and despair. As we navigate the emotional aftermath, it's crucial to recognize that these feelings are valid. They are natural responses to a deeply painful situation, and acknowledging them is the first step toward healing. Engaging in an open dialogue about our emotions can be immensely beneficial. Speaking to friends, counselors, or support groups can provide the reassurance that we are not alone in our suffering. The act of verbalizing our experiences allows us to confront our feelings head-on, which can facilitate emotional release and eventually lead to profound insights about ourselves and our relationships. Within this convoluted emotional landscape, it's also essential to consider the role of empathy, both for ourselves and for the family member who betrayed us. While empathy may seem elusive in the wake of betrayal, it can be a crucial component of healing. Understanding that the person who hurt us may also be grappling with their own issues can provide a different perspective on the situation. However, this doesn't mean we should condone their actions. Rather, it allows us to recognize the complexity of human relationships, where love and pain can coexist. Ultimately, the emotional impact of betrayal by family is multifaceted, involving layers of shock, anger, confusion, and the daunting journey towards healing. While the scars of this experience may remain in some form, they can also serve as a powerful catalyst for self-discovery and emotional resilience. Engaging with our emotions, adopting a stance of empathy, and seeking support can pave the way toward reclaiming our sense of self in the aftermath of such a profound betrayal. Trust serves as the bedrock of familial relationships, creating a framework within which love, safety, and mutual respect can flourish. It is built over time through shared experiences, open communication, and the consistent reliability of family members. Each interaction contributes to the collective understanding that family members are there for one another, reinforcing a sense of security and belonging. However, when betrayal disrupts this foundational trust, its loss can inflict deep emotional wounds that alter the dynamics of the entire family system. Initially, the betrayal can create a profound sense of disbelief. A family member's actions can seem incomprehensible, catalyzing a reevaluation of not just the relationship, but also past interactions. The moments that were once filled with warmth and connection can become tainted, leading to a distorted perception of family events and memories. Individuals often find themselves scrutinizing their past, analyzing what went wrong and whether there were warning signs that were overlooked. This internal examination is psychologically exhausting, filling one's mind with doubts and questions that seem unending. The dynamics of trust within familial relationships are particularly poignant because they often involve layers of vulnerability. Family members have the unique ability to affect each other profoundly, given their intrinsic emotional ties. This intimacy creates a paradox: the closer we are, the greater the potential for harm. Therefore, when betrayal occurs, it feels like a deeply personal attack, shattering not only trust between the individuals involved, but also potentially unsettling broader family connection. Relatives may find themselves caught in the crossfire, unable to navigate the newly fraught atmosphere, leading to a divisive chatter that can fracture the family unit. Consequently, this breakdown can lead to a chain reaction of emotional fallout that extends beyond the individuals directly involved. Other family members may feel compelled to take sides, resulting in conflicts that can further alienate and isolate those affected. This situation creates a hostile environment where open communication falters, and individuals withdraw into themselves, nursing their wounds in silence. The emotional wounds inflicted by betrayal are often hard to heal, as they can lead to long-standing mistrust, reshaping not just individual relationships, but the very fabric of the family. Restoring trust once lost is a complex and delicate process. It requires a willingness to confront painful truths, to engage in honest dialogue, and sometimes venture into the discomfort of vulnerability. The betrayed party may need to see genuine remorse from the one who caused the betrayal, while the betrayer must understand the magnitude of their actions and the pain they inflicted. This process is not easy. It often demands a level of emotional labor that can be daunting for both parties. Moreover, rebuilding trust necessitates transparency. Open and honest communication is vital in this healing phase. Both parties must be willing to discuss their feelings, acknowledge the hurt caused, and explore paths toward rebuilding the relationship. This often involves setting boundaries, as trust cannot be restored in an environment lacking safety. A mutual commitment to understanding and repairing the bond is essential, fostering a space where both sides feel valued and heard. As trust begins to be reestablished, it's important to remember that healing is not linear. There may be setbacks, moments of doubt where the past resurfaces and complicates progress. Each person involved must navigate their own emotions, while recognizing that others are also on their journey to healing. This realization can facilitate empathy, encouraging understanding rather than blame, paving the way for a stronger, more resilient family dynamic that acknowledges past hurts, while striving toward a united future. The journey of healing from a betrayal, especially within the context of family, is often fraught with complexity and challenges. Initially, individuals grappling with feelings of hurt may find themselves in a state of emotional turmoil. Not only do they have to confront the betrayal itself, but they also face the task of processing a wide range of emotions, including anger, sadness, and confusion. This emotional cocktail can make it difficult to navigate daily life, leading to a sense of disconnection from oneself and others. In the early stages of healing, denial can often set in. It's a common defense mechanism that helps shield us from the full weight of our pain. People may find themselves going through the motions, pretending that everything is fine or avoiding conversations about what happened. This avoidance can provide temporary relief but often delays the healing process. Acknowledging the betrayal explicitly is crucial, as it begins to lay the groundwork for deeper processing and understanding of the emotions involved. As the denial fades, the individual may confront a proliferation of questions. Why did this happen? How could they do this to me? These questions can become all-consuming, as the mind races to piece together the puzzle of betrayal. The desire for closure can be overwhelming, leading many to seek answers from the person who hurt them. However, these conversations are not always straightforward. They may be met with further anger or defensiveness from the betrayer, which can complicate an already fragile dynamic. Thus, it's essential to approach these discussions with caution, fostering an environment where open and honest communication can take place. As the healing journey continues, individuals often also face a sense of loss, not only of trust but also of the idealized version of family they once held. This realization can bring about feelings of grief, as the dreams and expectations associated with familial relationships start to crumble. The individual may long for the past and the sense of safety that came with it, complicating their ability to move forward. Acknowledging this grief is an essential step in the healing process, as it validates the pain and recognizes the emotional investment that was made in these relationships. Support plays a vital role in navigating the complexities of healing. Friend support groups or counselors can serve as crucial lifelines, offering perspectives that broaden one's understanding of the situation. Sharing experiences in a safe environment can help alleviate feelings of isolation, illuminating the fact that many have faced similar struggles. Listening to others' stories can provide valuable insights and coping strategies, further empowering individuals on their path to healing. Additionally, self-compassion emerges as a critical component of the healing process. It's easy to slip into self-blame or to harbor feelings of inadequacy after betrayal. Cultivating a mindset of kindness toward oneself can counteract these destructive thoughts. Ritualizing self-care practices, engaging in hobbies, or seeking therapy can work wonders in rebuilding a fractured sense of self. Ultimately, healing from betrayal is a gradual process that requires patience and persistence. It's often not linear. The road may be paved with setbacks, moments of relapse into old pain, and renewed feelings of anger or sadness. However, with time, openness, and a commitment to personal growth, it's possible for individuals to emerge from the experience not only with a restored sense of identity, but with a deeper understanding of the complexities of relationship. Navigating the intricacies of trust, betrayal, and healing can redefine not only how one perceives family but also how one approaches love and connection in all facets of life. Forgiveness as a concept within family dynamics carries profound implications that go well beyond the mere act of letting go of grievances. It encapsulates not just a desire for reconciliation, but a transformative process that requires deep introspection and emotional resilience. Often, individuals grapple with their perceptions of forgiveness, viewing it as an obligation or even an unfair expectation placed upon them after experiencing betrayal or hurt. Yet, forgiveness is less about excusing the actions of others and more about reclaiming personal peace and healing oneself from the emotional weight of past grievances. At its essence, forgiveness begins with understanding the hurt that one has experienced. Individuals must confront the pain inflicted upon them, acknowledging their feelings of betrayal, anger, or disappointment. This initial step is crucial because it lays the groundwork for authentic forgiveness. Completely bypassing the emotional processing of pain can lead to superficial resolutions, where individuals say they forgive but still harbor deep-seated resentment. Taking the time to genuinely feel the emotions associated with betrayal is an integral part of the healing journey, allowing individuals to work through their feelings rather than suppressing or ignoring them. Once individuals come to terms with their pain, they often slide into a phase of contemplation regarding the notions of accountability and human imperfection. It's important to recognize that everyone is flawed and capable of making mistakes. Many people find it easier to forgive when they remember that they, too, have erred in the past. This understanding can cultivate empathy, allowing individuals to view the actions of others through a lens of compassion. They may begin to consider various factors in the betrayer's life: stress, mental health, or situational pressures that may have contributed to their action. However, forgiving does not mean forgetting or condoning harmful behaviors. Set boundaries are essential for self-protection, particularly in familial relationships where forgiveness is often complicated by ongoing interaction. Individuals must reconcile the desire to forgive with the need to protect themselves from future pain. This often leads to the realization that forgiveness can coexist with boundaries. By reinforcing their limits, individuals can foster an environment where both forgiveness and self-respect thrive. Engagement and dialogue can further facilitate the forgiveness process. Honest conversations where both parties express their feelings, take responsibility, and seek to understand each other's perspectives can provide clarity and healing. Importantly, these talks can also allow the individual seeking forgiveness to express what they need to feel safe and valued moving forward. The shared process of rebuilding trust through open communication can act as a catalyst for real reconciliation. Forgiveness also requires time, an often understated aspect of the healing journey. One cannot simply decide to forgive and expect to feel an immediate sense of release or peace. It is a gradual process that may involve revisiting feelings associated with the hurt and reflecting on the nature of the relationship. This temporal aspect allows one to embrace the complexity of emotions over time, enabling deeper understanding and reflection. Forgiveness can also yield significant psychological benefits. Research has shown that letting go of grudges can lead to reduced anxiety, depression, and stress, paving the way for improved emotional well-being. Once individuals engage in forgiveness, they often feel liberated from the weight of resentment, opening themselves to a renewed sense of joy and connection with themselves and their family members. This process can contribute to improved emotional health, enabling individuals to engage more authentically in their relationships. As the healing process unfolds, individuals may find that forgiveness transforms their relationship with both themselves and others. They may emerge with a deeper understanding of the vulnerabilities and complexities inherent in family dynamics, equipped with the skills to navigate future challenges. Ultimately, the journey of forgiveness is marked by growth, emotional maturation, and a profound capacity to empathize, enabling individuals to chart a course toward healthier relationships built on trust, respect, and understanding. Emotional intelligence, as a vital component of personal growth within the context of family dynamics, pertains to the ability to recognize and manage emotions both in oneself and others. In relationships marked by conflict or hurt, individuals often struggle to navigate the complex web of feelings that can develop. This lack of emotional awareness can hinder the healing process, perpetuating a cycle of resentment and further division.